Hello everyone, and I welcome you to a new series I like to call Rogue Robot Reviews, where we take a look at each and every single one of the rogue robots. Not in the same video, but we make an entire video dedicated to discussions, showcases, and theories and other stuff about the robot that the video is based around. This is one out of 40 something, or maybe even 50 robots, and today's robot is going to be kind of one of my favorites. The red-striped, yellow-eyed, two-armed flying robot who does have a number name, but it's hard for me to tell because my video quality is kind of both good and kind of crap when it's zoomed in on him. So, let's begin. He is one of the few rogue robots who we do actually see his model of very often. And one of those robots, and one of those robots that we see of the same model, is actually one of those robots that Wall-E crashes when he goes out into the hallways. You can see that bin robot, the one with the neck, pop out, pop, 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 pop. As well as that, right behind them is this robot model. There he is. Okay, this image makes him look very, very, very disturbing. And you can see the guy who pushes Wall-E forward a bit down in the corner there. And the, wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man robot, as I like to call him now, where he spins around flailing his arms. So yeah, this robot's pretty darn cool. And a special feature about him is that, similar to the Fix-It robot, who's most of the time sideways, has an orange stripe, this guy has a little cylinder on the bottom of his body, kind of. It's hard to tell in most shots, but it's there, and Fix-It has it too. As well as that, the red-striped robot has a red backpack piece. It's not very noticeable, but it's clearly there, and it has a large grayish B&L logo, and you can see it very clearly on a few of the escaping shots, and I can go into more detail on those later. Before that, I had no idea that was even him and all, kind of, because it wasn't until I looked later at other models of the same other robots of the same model that I realized that guy had that and all. So yeah, it was an interesting discovery. And I kept getting him confused with other robots who were brown and red, kind of, a bit like, Pert, or, that guy with the, safety life ring around his neck and all. I wonder if you guys have noticed that guy, because he's pretty darn funny looking. So yeah, anyways, onto the pictures and his appearances. So, to start off, when we go into the repair ward, we can see him on the left side of the repair ward, in the fourth down group, kind of, along with a few other robots, like the spray robot, because you can see his arm going down and about, kind of. So where's the red robot? Here he is right here. There's his red backpack, and his cord going up, kind of. It's hard to tell because you can't see his eyes in this shot, but it's definitely him. As well as that, he's in the same group as the Gray Watcher robot, who he'll be with on the other side of the repair ward, and the Upside Down robot, who has two flailing arms and a purple stripe. So after that, we see him in this shot as Wall-E's being put into his place. Here he is. This is one of the best shots we get to see of him in his whole body. There's the cylinder as well. And there's the backpack, though it's red from behind, though. There's his red-tipped claws, and there's that upside-down robot with the long arms and the purple stripe I was talking about. He has noticeable yellow eyes, and there's his cord. He also... So yeah, he was taken from one side of the repair ward to the other, which I find interesting, and for the rest of the scene, he's on this side. Well, except in one shot, and yeah, and he does a sort of bouncing thing, kind of boop, 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 boop. So after that shot, we see him in his signature area, and the best shot we get to see of the whole area, kind of. However, he himself we don't really get to see very well. We can see him holding up one of his arms, and he's flapping it about a bit, along with his body, like it's kind of stiff and all. It's weird. And we can see his cord and his back, and a bit of his backpack right there. Also, there's the Great Watcher robot in his best shot. And there's the arms of that purple striped robot I was talking about, his good friend. So, as for other scenes when they're escaping, well actually no, this is from Wall-E's vision. Here's one of his arms and the cord kind of close up. I know the quality is kind of crap and it's hard to tell it's him, but he's there. That's definitely him. Here's a better shot. This is when Wall-E's about to zoom in his vision. There's the tennis bot. There's the upside down bot who changed positions for some reason. It's closer up. I don't know where Gray Watcher is. That's what I'm going to call him, Gray Watcher. He's probably over here somewhere. But there's the robot himself looking up with his arm up as well. Has some arm problems, jeez. So as for when they're escaping out and all, there are some images of him with the rest of the robots, kind of, when they're bouncing out and all and smashing through the glass, but it's so hard to tell that it's him, though. I can only barely see his red stripe through the glass. But as for when they're turning around, you could barely see Wally here. There he is. I thought that was the, whatchamacallit, ring robot. The ring's nowhere in sight, though. Plus, the ring robot on his back, you could see his blue stripe, but it's not there. I was wondering who it was. Could it be Grabby? But no. That's him. You can even see the red stripe right there, and then there's the red backpack. And then there's his cord going up, and he's bouncing like he usually does. And then one of the best shots, right behind the neck robot. How funny is it that they were in the same crash together? There he is again, all doing a sort of wobbly-bobbly thing in the far back. Then when they're escaping, there's a noticeable animation glitch. The robot with the purple dumbbells and all, not his friend, that's the purple striped robot. It's in front of him as they're escaping through the front door, and he's behind it, but in the next frame and all, he glitches in front of the purple robot. You can barely see it behind him there. It's weird. And then in the rest of the shot, the purple robot's way behind with the 75 bot, who's gray, and has spinning arms. Now to the actual rogue robot shots. What have we not covered yet? Oh yeah. Here's some more. Now there are some more main group shots kind of, but it's hard to tell that it's him though. This is directly behind Wally in one shot with his piercing yellow eyes. Now he's looking a little bit scared as he's ducking down a little bit next to the other robots. And this is a good profile shot right here as well. You can definitely tell that there's a number right there, but it's so hard to tell. There's another good shot of him. And then there's a good signature shot like I was bringing up earlier. And then when they're escaping, this is his picture. It's a bit of a blur, but yep, there he goes. So yeah, is that everything? Yep, that seems to be everything. So that's all you need to know about the red backpack and red striped yellow-eyed robot. Tell me if you can translate what his number is, or if you could find a name for him. Come up with a name that seems like a funny name, like Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Man, like with the other guy. Or some sort of Wally robot code name, kind of like Grabby, or Helmet, or Power, like some of the others have. So yeah, what do you guys think of this guy? And do you think I should continue this series?